Hello Internet, I am Rue, and when I'm not busy saving the world from a Citaru invasion, I'm here in the Rue base playing video games and making videos. We are right in the middle of our Zelda phone, and don't worry, I'm currently working on the next part in the series. It will be out sometime next week, so please stop sending me death threats. So let's say you want to play all the Zelda games out there, and you want to do so in the right chronological order. This may be easier said than done. The timeline of A Legend of Zelda is a long and complicated one. Even that complicated that Nintendo had to release a book to make sense of it. And I can hear you scream already. Books! Are you crazy? I ain't reading no stinking books! Don't worry, Uncle Roo got your back. For those of you who don't want to go through the hassle of getting the book and read it, or even looking up the timeline online, I made this little video on the Zelda timeline. A little warning right from the start, I'll have to talk about major plot points in each game to really make sense of the timeline. If you don't want to get spoiled, skip to this timecode or hit Boomer in the face. Oh yeah, right, Boomer's not here. He's playing some stupid horror game again. Anyways, click the annotation on the screen to skip to a full chronological order of the Zelda franchise. You did it? Well, you couldn't answer me since you're not here anymore. So let's start. The very first game in chronological order is Skyward Sword, which takes place after the creation of Earth by the three goddesses, Din, Farore and Nayru. Before leaving Earth, they entrusted the Triforce, a sacred relic with unlimited power, to the goddess Hylia to protect it. It's unclear where the goddesses went, I guess Vegas, I don't know. Said Triforce lured Demise, the king of demons, and his minions out of the Earth. This king of demons wants to get his hands on the Triforce, and he pretty much kills everybody on Earth to do so. To save at least some people, the goddess Hylia lifted the landmass into the sky and masqueraded it from Demise's evil forces. She also sealed the big bad back into the Earth. You still following me? Good. Now, the Link you see in Skyward Sword is the very first Link in the timeline. The same goes for Zelda. Why they are going to reappear throughout the series will be explained in a minute. During the course of the game, Demise manages to escape his prison and is killed by Link. Under his dying breath, Demise curses Link and Zelda, telling them that his hatred will be reborn and will be haunting them and the descendants. This is the reason why the characters Link and Zelda return in the following games, but are different people. After the victory over Demise, the sacred realm which holds the Triforce is sealed and the kingdom Hyrule is formed. This leads to the end of the Minish Cap. Keep in mind, this is not the same Link and Zelda you know from Skyward Sword, just saying. Minish Cap introduced the antagonist Fatih to the series. Without going too much into detail, he's a dude that wished to be a demon and tried to use the Triforce to fulfill that wish. After he's defeated, Fatih returns in the next one in order, Four Swords. The Link and Zelda in this one are the third reincarnations. Now this is going to be a little bit confusing, but the Four Swords for the Game Boy Advance and Four Swords Adventure for the GameCube are essentially the same game, with the same story. You have to pick for yourself which one you want to play first. Next up is Ocarina of Time, and oh boy, now it's going to be really confusing. Ocarina of Time features the first appearance of Ganondorf, the human reincarnation of Demise from Skyward Sword. To simplify the story of Ocarina of Time, Ganondorf tries to get his hands on the Triforce to rule the world, and Link and Zelda are trying to stop him. Ocarina of Time is also the breaking point in the Zelda timeline. From here on out, the timeline splits into 3 different paths. The reason for that is time traveling, don't ask me why, just go with it, okay? The first path has the hero failing in his attempt to stop Ganondorf. This leads to another war in Hyrule and the sacred realm being sealed yet again. A Link to the Past picks up after this. We are now introduced to the 5th Link in the series. From here on out, almost all the other games in this timeline fragment will feature the same Link. This Link succeeds in defeating and killing Ganon, until he is revived and killed again in the Oracle series. Even if it has been released before the Oracle series, Link's Awakening for the Game Boy takes place after the Oracle of Seasons and Ages plot. Link's Awakening doesn't feature Ganon as the big evil, but it turns out that the events of the game were just a dream or something. The very first Legend of Zelda has Ganon returning and killed yet again, until Link prevents his resurrection in Adventure of Link. A Link Between Worlds introduces another Link and a somewhat resurrected Ganon, but one could argue about that. This timeline, the hero is defeated timeline, ends with Triforce Heroes, at least for now. Now all of this doesn't matter if you're following the hero's descendants timeline. This timeline is set after Link's victory over Ganondorf in the future and him returning to the past. In this timeline, Ganondorf is captured and executed for his attempt on using the Triforce. Ocarina of Time is followed by Majora's Mask. The Link you'll play here is the same one as in Ocarina of Time. I have to mention the theory that Link is actually dead in this one and in some kind of purgatory. Explaining it would take up too much time. Maybe there's going to be an extra video on that. The following Twilight Princess introduces Link number 8 to the series and has Ganondorf returning yet again. Link's victory over Ganondorf concludes this timeline. You still with me? We're almost through. The third and last timeline has the hero of time growing up and dying, presumably. Ganon returns yet again, oh my god, and the absence of the hero of time results into Hyrule being flooded, leading to the events of Wind Waker. This is Link number 9 for anyone interested. This Link is also the main character in Phantom Hourglass until the main character in the 100 years later set Spirit Tracks makes for the 10th Link in the timeline. And this pretty much sums up the current Zelda timeline. It's still unclear where the next installment, Breath of the Wild, will take place. Now welcome back to everyone that didn't want to get spoiled. Glad to have you back. My recommendation on how to play through the timeline is the following. Make your way through Skyward Sword, the Minish Cap, Four Sword Adventures and Ocarina of Time. Continue your way through Majora's Mask and Twilight Princess, followed by Wind Waker, Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks. Finish up your journey with A Link to the Past, the Oracle games, A Legend of Zelda, Link's Adventure and A Link Between Worlds. Link's Awakening and Triforce Heroes aren't really important for the overall story, but I won't stop you from playing them. Whew, that was quite interesting. I hope this little video could help you out a little bit. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. As I said, I'm still working on the next Zelda review that will be out next week. In the meantime, we're gonna take a look at another adventure game. That's it for me, this is Roo signing off. Bye!